Right. Market recap for Thursday. No, it's not Thursday. It was Wednesday, the 1st of October, 2025. Okay, so today, okay, the chart. Oh my god, it looks disgusting. Okay, one sec. I get a clean chart. And then we gotta be clean, right? Jeez, man. Like, what is going on? What is going on? I'm explaining how I go, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that's deleted anyway. Because I didn't take this. I'm gonna delete because I didn't take the screenshot. But let's explain this on. Can I zoom? Okay. Let's explain this from yesterday. Don't mind the lines for now, right? So that's not yesterday. This was yesterday. This is what I expected for price to go to on Tuesday, right? So Tuesday, I wanted price to go up there rather than do this mini sweep, right? I wanted this mini sweep to be done before, like earlier, like here, for example, and then drop down so we can go up and then drop down. Do you see what I'm saying? Like rather than us going down first, then up, then stalling and then going at the end of the day. That didn't make sense, right? Which then led to, for Asia to just make the move that I want. This is exact. I wanted to short this area all the way down to where to previous daily lows. Look, this is a previous daily low with a stacked previous daily low. And what's the target? If we look at the manipulation, you see this, we got the 2 and mainly the 2.5, right? We'll get that back to that in a sec. So we do this, market opens, right? And we instantly go to the CE of the daily wick. Let me show you this right now. Get money. I need to remove this. All right. This was our daily wick, right? The CEO of it somewhere here. That was that line that I showed you, right? So basically, the play, right? What is it? Right there. We go up. I seen it, and I remember one time I traded Asia for no reason, and I was like, if it goes, it goes, right? Whatever, right? But I did not expect it to go all the way, right? I was like, it's cool. Whenever I can get in a New York trade, I'll try to get it. Like, basically to the draw. Like I said this yesterday at the ending of the last video that it's going down there, but I hope that it doesn't do it in Asia. And clearly, it did it in Asia, right? So now we know this level. We drop down, right? Now we're below the new daily opening gap that we made. We stalled in it and then drop down through the volume imbalance on the daily. So with displacement, right? When we go back, we don't even like go to the 0.25, right? It just shows how heavy we are. And again, we drop down. Midnight starts. London session starts right here. And then what does London do? Just rips us down, right? We're getting close to the liquidity. Now before anybody could pull their orders, we just zoom all the way down to the target that I wanted yesterday. The 2.5, there's a fair value gap here, right? And these two blue lines is the rejection block, right? This move, okay, this move, I wanted this to be London and I wanted this to be New York, right? Cool. Or anything, whatever. That's what I wanted. So let's just show what the blue lines are. It's the rejection block, the first one. This one's the rejection block as well. It's just on the, you know, in case, right? It doesn't matter, right? I just want to need to be hit. And now that is the manipulation for the day completed. Okay. So when I wake up at New York, I know we're going higher, but I don't know if we have any range left, right? Think about it. All right, think about it. Look, just have a quick look at what the daily looks like, right? Okay. At this time, once we opened, we already took 2 previous daily lows, right? And did we take previous daily high? A second. Tuesday. No, we didn't. But I wouldn't expect it, right? Or like force it to take previous daily high again on the same day, because like it did this where it did half a move, right? This day did 2 days worth of moves, right? If this makes any sense, right? Like this move could have been 1 day, this move could have been another day, right? It did them both in 1 day. Like Asia moved, London moved, and New York moved, right? As you can see, Asia, London continuation, flash reversal at the end of it, and then again, New York continuation of that. The only reason this makes sense is because yesterday was an inside day and it was basically a consolidation of all the sessions, right? So it allowed us to move this, but to this significant, look, we took 2 previous daily lows, this and like the one before it, 3 previous daily highs with all-time high, right? Like stupid range, okay? Stupid range for 1 day. I would not expect that, right? What did I expect? I actually expected us just to like at least to, I need some lines here. Alright, to here, this looked like smooth highs. This would fill the opening range gap, right, that we had. Oh my god. Alright, that we had opening range gap up here, right? It was a clean play to go for longs, right? So how did I not catch it? Actually, I did catch it. Let me just explain the stupidity. Anyway, so I know my bias. I'm looking for longs, right? London's already telling me London's low today. Don't even worry about it, right? Just look for longs, right? So what do I have? I have my initial sell side liquidity. I also have my PM liquidity. And I know it's here, but like regular trading hours, as you can see, these are relative equal lows and we're close to it. So we go and hit that liquidity, right? So that's check. I don't need to demand it to go there. But I had one problem, right? I had one problem with that liquidity once we opened, right? I need it to be discount. So when we go from this to this high, right? Wait, what am I on about? This high, this was the highest high. As you can see, discount is below this low. This low is important. Why? Because it's exactly to the tick to a previous daily low, right? Remember, carry previous daily lows and highs 3 days, they get used. So that is that low is a PD array, so it's significant. And breaking it would break the market structure, but I was like, I'll go, if it goes down there, I'll see what happens. What I didn't really keep track of is, right, I just kind of forgot about it because I deleted it. I made a mental mind where discount is, but then I forgot that we went down, right? Okay, let me not delete this first. Let me explain it first, right? Once we went up here, look where discount is, right? Now, if we take these lows, we went to discount, number 1, check. We have taken liquidity, 2 of them, check. 1 in regular trading hours, 1 in normal trading, check. And we hit a PD array, right? This is the rejection block. Cool. A 4-hour PD array, a daily PD array, whatever is there. So 3 in 1 move, right? Perfect. That means I'm allowed to enter. In my model, that Alicia has a check that I'm allowed to enter. Right? So let's get rid of that now. And let's explain what happened and why did I kind of mess up on this date, right? So we go down, we take this liquidity, and I was like, okay. And then we go up. What do we react to? We react to the rejection block. This rejection block is, wait, I did show where the rejection block, right? I showed it on the daily. Right. I showed the rejection block, right? Wait. No, this is the daily rejection block. for the continuation, this is the 4-hour rejection block. What am I talking about? So if we're looking at this wick right here, that is my rejection block that I'm talking about. The one that rejected from this right there, the opening price. As you can see right there, number one, right? And of course we have other PD arrays around it, but like mainly it's just a rejection block that I'm looking at. If we didn't go up at the start, we would have went to like this upper quadrant and we're taking the lows, blah blah blah, and then I would like for an SMT for it to make sense. Anyway, we come take this low down, we make an SMT with ES. Where's ES? All right, so now, all right, relative equal lows, exact same thing, right? So now it's for sure confluences, right? Like a lot of confluences. All right, so what did I do? I had a limit order, right? This is the first presented fair value gap here, and I have a model for this type of day, right? And it basically in one candle, right? When I entered in one candle, it just cooked me, right? I couldn't even frame the risk properly because of it was a large range, and I didn't even if I found out that was wrong, I didn't expect to be cooked that fast, right? So I just took nearly what I would like to lose maximum for the day, right? And then once it did this, I was like, oh, yeah, now that makes sense. So I bought, but then I could also be like, oh, it could, you know what? It could sweep me one more time, right? And that is something that I do not want, because then I do not want to exceed my max loss for the day. So I just let it go up slightly and just mitigated half of my loss and closed it, right? Just in case I mess up. But that's my fault. That's my fault. The first trade, even though it was one of my models, it didn't follow the whole game plan, right? Like if we went down and then made this gap or whatever, right? Whatever. Cool. But the fact that we didn't go down, so like low key two contradicting models is not the best thing to have. Anyway, again, remember this area is under midnight opening price, right? And on the 15-second, right? This is a breaker leg, right? And in this breaker leg, to know if a breaker leg is reversing, right? When we sweep, look for the gauntlet, right? This is the gauntlet, and we go down into it. I'm in the 15-second, and that's the thing. That's my entry that I got. I got an entry around here anyway. I averaged it. Once it was going, that I didn't like it, and then it went up here, and I'm like, I just market closed it, right? Rather than waiting. If I waited, it's different, but I just didn't want it to like sweep again. And the only reason about that is because that ES SMT was exactly equal lows, right? That's why I even thought, and like we still low-key have this liquidity and it's kind of very close to like now it's relative equal lows. Kind of stupid for me now looking back at it, but the only reason that it scared me out, it was literally this, right? And this is me entering prematurely. Even though it was my model, I should at least wait to see a reaction, right? So that's my fault for missing this move, because then I would have probably rolled this, took some profit or something because news are coming. Or when it was coming down, I probably got stopped out, and then I'm still at like profit, so I would enter again. Okay, and look at the bodies respecting it, right? In the 15-second, and again, back to the same gauntlet, right? So right here, back to the same PD array, and then just zooms up again. Now I took half of the loss out. Once we went up, I remember I started accumulating somewhere here, because the thing is, yeah, I'm buying, but like the risk is like here, right? The stop loss here. Once we got up, I didn't like that we're coming back down, but again, I don't know where to frame my stop loss. and because I never enter trades this high, right? I'm always somewhere here. Like if I don't catch a trade here, to me, even though it makes sense for the rest of the day for us to go to, like, I had that high at least now, that minimum targeted based on what we did. Like, I just want to see how we react here. I said in my head, I said if we displace through this, we're going to this high minimum, right? In my head. But then again, I just don't like, I basically didn't want to lose, right? I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to put risk today because the risk would be so high, higher than I would like, just because that first loss. And I just said, you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna put it at break even. If it breaks even me, I don't care. And I know it was most likely gonna hit it even if it's gonna go up. I don't care, but I'm just not a fan if somehow it goes and loses me, right? It's not too bad. Maybe I should have allowed myself to risk today, but I know I missed my move, and I know that I'm technically chasing price, right? Because the entry is so wide, and I just didn't want to risk anymore, right? So I let it, and then unlocked my account, and we deliver where, right? The opening range, we deliver the 2.5, and I'm pretty sure we zoom up. Why? Because look, after the 2.5, once we zoom up, this is just to take all-time high, and then after that we just stall, right? All-time high is right here. This line. So notice the second that we take it here, we start the stalling. So yeah, that was the market recap. I'm gonna clean up this chart. I don't need any of this now, and thank God I can actually have clean charts now because we're at all-time high. I don't have to track so much PD arrays. But genuinely, I don't know, for tomorrow, I just want us to go back to some sort of discount and I guess push up again, right? For tomorrow, I wouldn't expect anything large range. I expect anything slight because, alright, guys, look at this behemoth of a price action, right? We took 1, 2 previous daily lows, even hit the rejection block and rejected in the same day, and took 1, 2, 3, 4 previous daily highs, an all-time high. So if tomorrow is garbage price action, just know to expect garbage price action. Don't expect anything crazy. Don't expect any crazy movement, because remember, actually, I'd expect us to continue this tomorrow, and then NFP dump us slightly back in the range. Dump us where? Like this fair value gap that we create. I want us to like not touch this low. Where's this low? Actually, no, this low has not been made yet. This low could get a bit lower if you want to, but whatever this fair value gap creates, yeah, I just want us to like just make a bit of distance. Nothing too crazy, but something like what, 25, 100, right? At least. And then I'll call that a day. So yeah, I'll try to catch something small. And yeah, I'm kind of bummed that I missed out on a simple day. It just pissed me off that London made it. You know, if I was awake at London, oh my god, what an easy day. But I'm noticing there's a lot of moves that have been clean at London, and New York is getting like basically the garbage moves this week. I don't know why. So yeah, I guess I'll figure out when to trade London. The thing is, maybe I'll change my whole sleeping pattern so I can be awake for London and be awake for New York. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's the market recap. Actually, pretty simple day to follow, but it got a bit hectic when the volatility. You know, if the volatility wasn't this great, like even here, right? If the like, cause I know it looks simple, but the volatility was a lot, right? Like my entry was around here, right? It's still high, but like look at the amount of points. That's too much, right? That's too much. And honestly, I wouldn't even feel comfortable because like I can expect this news candle literally to go all the way down to this rejection block and still work, right? I actually have to put the stop loss that far, and that's too much after taking a fat L from like here to here. I didn't let it go that low. Somewhere like here. But it was half of this, right? So yeah. I can't have two big losers, right? I can have one loss, but like that was nearly my maximum. So yeah. It is what it is. Happens. We go again next days. Peace out.